Usher and Ne-Yo witnessed Diddy punching Cassie in the stomach and did nothing. Y'all, Dawn Richard was on the stand this morning, and she testified to the fact that at that dinner I told y'all about with Diddy and Jimmy Levine when he was celebrating a $50 million distribution deal with Interscope Records, there was a whole bunch of A-list celebrities there, and two of those celebrities were Usher and Ne-Yo. Everybody stood back and did nothing and said nothing when he assaulted Cassie. Now, she testified to the fact that she has witnessed him with weapons multiple times, that he did drugs in front of them, and she witnessed him purchasing drugs from somebody named One Stop, who was basically a one-stop shop because he had everything from that white girl to the narcotics to Plan B and birth control. Okay, this is going to be big later on. However, she also talked about all the times she saw Diddy assault Cassie, when he drug her by her hair, when he assaulted her at an event and she ran into the bathroom with an injury to her eye. She also says that Diddy threatened her, that he told her, like, hey, if y'all don't want to come up missing, then don't say nothing about this. And she said she took that to mean like that she would die. She said not only did Diddy tell her not to say anything, but Harv Pierre, an executive producer for Bad Boys, also told her to keep her mouth shut as well. So Miss Westmoreland got up for the defense, and she did try and poke some holes in Miss Dawn Richard's story, basically saying like, hey, you testified to this whole pan and egg situation, but was a pan actually thrown? Now, to me, I wouldn't even brought this up, because if you're not going to testify that he didn't do it, you're just going to testify that a pan wasn't thrown. I understand it's a little inconsistency. It's not major, though. But she did bring up the fact that, like, hey, you talked to the prosecution like 8 times, and it took that 8th time for you to say that Diddy threatened you. The other 7 times, you never mentioned this. This is not in your lawsuit, none of that. You never mentioned him threatening you. She also brought up the fact that you stopped working with Diddy in 2011. You witnessed him do all these things to Cassie, and you were so upset about it, all the stuff that you say he did to you, but you reached back out to him to work with him again. Now, you got to remember that Dawn is also saying that Diddy made them go without sleep, go without food when they were trying to like practice, that he would touch her body inappropriately, make her strip down, all this stuff. So that's going to be a kind of a big thing, like, hey, why would you reach out to him if he made you do all that stuff? On top of all of that, Ms. Westmoreland basically said you have not been successful since you left Diddy. That all your success was with him, and once you left him, you haven't really did nothing since then. Now, the prosecution did do a cross-examination where they let her kind of explain herself. She said she did reach back out to him, but Diddy also kept tabs on her, would FaceTime her to make sure she was staying in line. And that one of the times she reached out to Diddy, it was for Kalina Harper. She is off the stand, but let's remember that she said that she could not do anything to help Cassie because she felt threatened for her life. And let's also remember that she mentioned this guy named One Stop. That's going to be a major thing coming up soon. Now, Cassie's former best friend is on the stand now, and I'll do a separate video for that.